Hello and welcome back to the realm of insanity. I'm your queen, Kay Powerxd, and welcome back, T-Storians. We're back into the Elder Scrolls Online. This is live, and we have been live for a little while. If you want to come and catch up with me, have a little chat, you can do it when I'm live, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 p.m. BST or GMT, whichever time zone we are in at the moment. At the moment, it's GMT, but soon it will be BST before we know it. So, previously, we did a couple of quests, but let me just add a quick marker. But we have 2 more points of interest to do and 1 delve. This is the last delve quest that we need to do. Then there's 2 more side quests, and then we're just on the main story. So, we're going to head over to this delve over here because a part of Beline's fear is over in this delve. So we can finish one of the side quests that we've been doing while, well, not finish, but carry on the side quest while also picking up the next part of this little adventure that we've been going on together. I won a mug as a giveaway from another streamer. It has one of the streamer's characters on it, a guy named Dick. It's an extra large mug, so you better bet I'm gonna annoy everyone with, you know, those types of jokes. Oh my gosh, yes. Ah, a necromancer and a priest.
Wounds like these before.
Was that my headset went bad, or did that voice sound bad? Wait, let me just... Was that me, or was that the game? It sounded like a dodgy speaker. It could be my headset. Let me run away and come back again and see if he says it again. That should be far enough, maybe? Also, we can get our ticket for the event from this delve as well. You're not going to say it now, are you? Did that sound really like... I don't know, that was weird.
Stay back! Oh, apologies. I found this necromancer dying of vicious wounds. RK has her now. But you should be careful, traveler. There are dark things afoot here.
Has my headset mucked up, or does that sound really bad? Or is it part of the story? Is it meant to sound like that, or is my headset mucked up? It sounds like it's a blow... Like, it sounds fuzzy. Please answer me, chat. I need some feedback here. Why can I not see? Ah, sorry, Quest Quenchers. I can see you now. I didn't have my chat turned on. He sounds normal to me. Hang on, let me see if my headset needs an update or something. Do you need an update, buddy? Are you okay? Oh, there is something wrong with my headset, chat. It does not sound good at all.
Charging battery. Charging battery.
What? Yeah, I know what it says. Hang on. I'm gonna force an update. No, because it's a wireless headset. The cable's just charging it. Aren't you proud of chat for actually answering you when you needed feedback? Yeah. Is it because I'm genuinely poking you now instead of just going, oh, this is fine?
Charging battery.
Stay back!
Okay, that fixed
Apologies.
it. Force update
I
fixed
found this
it.
necromancer
Weird.
dying of vicious wounds.
Weird.
Arcade has her now. But you should be careful, traveler. There are dark things afoot here.
Strange. Very strange. Yeah, it's a wireless headset, so snagging the cable will only stop charging. It won't change the headset. But updating worked.
Apologies. I found this
Sorry about
necromancer
that.
dying of vicious wounds. Arcade has her now. But you should be careful, traveler. There are dark things afoot here.
What kind of dark thing?
The locals say Nunungalo is haunted. As a priest of Arcade, it is my duty to investigate. I found this poor soul taking her last breaths, raving about a ritual gone wrong and undead necromancers. Please, I need help. I cannot handle this alone.
What kind of help do you need?
Something killed the necromancers inside the ruins, but I believe they have risen from the grave to continue their dark ritual. These spirits are an affront to Arcade, and we must exorcise them. I will reward you for your help in this.
Freaking pay me off now! I'm gonna get some duct tape in it. Gaffer tape. I'm gonna gaffer tape this. That better stay just for today. I don't have anything stronger. I don't have any hooks right now. I don't have nothing. Stop bullying me, lights. Freaking bullies. Anyway. All right. This one will help you stop the ritual.
I found a journal among the necromancer's things. It revealed how the ritual began. Interrupting their spell should subdue the spirits and put an end to their plot. Read the journal, but be wary. Whatever killed the necromancers may still be inside.
You will indulge, Coriel. How can we stop this ritual?
We need to gather the items used for the spell, remove them from the ritual site, and burn any corrupted corpses we find. We should also destroy the undead lurking in the ruins. Their souls cannot move on until their bodies are laid to rest.
Why does the ritual need to be stopped?
All necromancy is sacrilege to Arcade, but this particular ritual could endanger all of Westweald. The necromancers were attempting to resurrect an undead army. I shudder to think what they may have intended to use it for.
Okay. Oldest entry. Our work can begin at last. These Ayleid ruins are perfect, buried deep in the forest. No one will interrupt us. I can practically taste the necromantic energy infused in the tombs here. I must go. There are preparations to be completed. Next entry. I helped my masters identify several magical focal points within the ruins. The ground pulses with powerful energy in these spots. The dead want to be raised here. Of that, I am sure. I've included a diagram of the areas with the strongest magical energy for them to reference later. We'll begin experimenting with the components of the ritual tomorrow. I have been asked to secure a weight stone for the dagger. It is a high honor. My masters must be pleased with me. The magic is so potent, I have no doubt we will succeed. We'll soon have an undead army at our disposal. Next entry. My masters have faith in me, for they have entrusted me with one of the most important pieces of the ritual, procuring the organic components of the spell. At first, I checked the tombs within the ruins, but the corpses were ancient, The ritual will wake them, but for now we need fresher bodies. Instead, I've decided to select donors from among our ranks. After all, what use is an impermeant flesh vessel when a life beyond the grave stretches for eternity? Everything is in place. My masters have attuned their ritual tools to the necrotic energy in the ruins, and I have provided the bodies to fuel the spellwork. Tomorrow, we'll command the dead to rise. Something has gone horribly, horribly wrong. We were ready to begin the ritual in earnest. I placed the corpses in the correct locations and began chatting with the others. The necromantic energy seeped into the bodies and bedrock of the ruins. When a blast of light blinded
The
me.
one who brought those Pellinger brats to justice.
The explosion threw me into a wall and I was knocked senseless. I awoke covered in rubble and blood. There were screams and the sound of fighting. I don't know who our assailants are. Most of my fellow necromancers were killed in the blast. The ones that survived were quickly overcome by the intruders. They look like some kind of Daedra, but they're unlike any I've ever seen before. You haven't noticed me yet. I pray they don't. I don't know how it's possible, but my masters have returned from beyond the grave. I didn't raise them. They seem compelled to continue the ritual, even after their deaths. It feels different somehow. Some of the words have changed and their revenants are twisted. They're not like the undead or spirits I'm used to. They terrify me. Even the otherworldly Daedra leave them alone now. I think I'm the last one left. I need to find a way out of here. That's it. I'm making a run for it. Let this journal be my epitaph if I don't make it. Epitaph, 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 epitaph poof. Sounds like quite the experience happened in here, Chatteroni. Also, Chained Together is a survival game where you end up 3 friends are chained together and have to climb through Oh, I know the one. Yeah, Badgers would murder me if I played that.
This place reeks of death. We need to find and burn the bodies fueling the ritual.
Okay. First of all, though.
The ritual already awoke some of the dead within these ruins.
Said you to kill me.
We must be quick.
Oh dear. She seems to have sprinted away.
RK, help us. This place is full of traps.
Ow. It is full of traps, isn't it? Oh. I think that one's downstairs. Yes, so I have to make my way down. Oh, I should be killing things because it's part of the endeavor to kill, I think, 10,000 enemies?
Stay away from me,
Something.
monster.
There are monsters everywhere.
That
Oh,
spirit
dear.
is channeling the ritual. Quickly, find. RK's wrath will find you.
Bones and the heart.
Okay,
Awaken the
protect us.
grave.
Ooh, oh, my bad. These are Athelia's Daedra. So what is happening here? These are Mirror boos. Sorry, Necromancer.
The spell isn't complete.
Sorry.
We should keep moving. We must not allow the...
Okay.
Stay away from me, monster.
Is my YouTube chat working now, chat? Say something if you can. Hello.
RK's wrath will find you.
It doesn't take me yet long to unalive these guys anyway, so... Let me go in. Well, I say unalive, they're already undead, so... Re-unalive them. Thank you, Stubbitson, it did work. I feel bad because Quest Quenchers, my darling Quest Quenchers was typing and I didn't see it. And now I see it.
RK, protect us.
I'm not going to do them all because I feel like with a few dungeons I need to do to get the
Get back, foul creature!
golden pursuits. Why is the golden pursuits only 2 weeks?
Please, someone.
I feel like a month would be better. Although they are simple to do, it's just time, you know, time to do things. Hello.
Wait, you? Why are you helping me? What do you want with me? Are you just going to drag me back to her?
Khajiit is not going to hurt it.
You aren't. But I saw you talking to her. The other me. The one that wanted to hurt me.
That was someone else. The Beline this one spoke to only wants to help you.
She does? Wait. It's coming back now. I'm part of her, aren't I? I'm her fear. That's right. And the other one, the scary Bellion, she's part of us too. This whole time, I've been running away from myself. I'm such a fool!
Ariel can ask you some questions, yes?
I suppose that's all right. But please, don't make me stay down here any longer than I have to.
What are you doing here?
I don't really know. I just started running, looking for a place to hide. I didn't think anyone would find me here, but then you came. So, I just kept going deeper and deeper until the spiders got me.
Who threatened you?
It was me. The other me, the wrong one. She was terrifying. She said I was too pretty, and she couldn't stand to look at me. I could tell she wanted to hurt me. She lunged at me, so I ran and never looked back. It's all right, darling. I'm here now. You don't have to run anymore. I was so scared. I didn't think the fear would ever end. Fear keeps us alive. You were doing your best. But let's work together from now
You're
on.
asking Stubbertson if she's okay with violence.
Oh, my heart's racing. I don't like this place. Please, speak with me for a moment.
Stubbertson. Stubbertson is violence.
Let's move. I want to get out of here. There's only one facet.
Yeah, okay. Good
I know
point.
which one it is now. And she's not going to be easy to capture.
Please, tell this one. Which one is it?
I hate admitting it's such a major part of my personality, but it's my vanity. I believe she's somewhere in Dawnwood, which is essentially the most dangerous place she could be.
Why is it so dangerous?
It's the Wood Elves, all right? Their long lives, their ethereal beauty. I always wanted to be as beautiful as them. I'm ashamed to admit all the jealous thoughts I've had. Without logic or restraint, I don't know what my vanity will do to them.
All right. Toriel will look for your vanity in Dawnwood.
I should join you this time. I can be rather headstrong when I'm in a mood. I'll go ahead to Dawnwood and meet you in the town of Vashabar. Ask if anyone has seen something that could lead us to my vanity. I doubt she's being subtle. Find me there. I'll meet you in Vashabar. We have to find my vanity before she does something regrettable.
Okay, so we're gonna go find her vanity, but first
Okay,
we have things to do. Hello, sir. Would you like to come and attack me? That would be great. If you could come and attack me too, that would be delightful. Hello, friends. Come round this corner. Oh my goodness. Our good friend Azanda seems... Okay, maybe you can't gather enemies in this delve like you can others, because they seem to just be standing in places and not moving. That's fine. Also, a chest there that we can go grab. I also don't know where the boss is in this delve. I'd imagine they're right at the end there, but we'll see. I do need to unlock this one so I actually get some points in Legerdman, because I still have never leveled it up fully because I'm stupid. I'm a silly butthead. See, I'm still only level 16.
Be careful. That blade has a wicked edge to it.
Huh. I need to go on the other side of this thing to continue. Which, of course, isn't going to be... See? Because why would it be? So I think I need to... go down here. Ow. Traps.
Make better choices.
Sorry, I can't help it. Yeah, I've heard Cyberpunk's character customization is rather amazing.
Be careful.
I personally have never played it, so I can't speak for it, but I've heard good things.
Stay away from me, Mom.
I also will not be playing it just because time, which is why I have problems with the Endeavors, is that I have so many other games. Like, I will say one thing, and you can shout at me and tell me off for saying this if you want. My channel going through a bit of a crash and a burn and a falling into the abyss and having to, you know, come to terms with the fact that my numbers aren't what they once were, especially when trying to get sponsorship deals, because if it's with companies that I've never worked with before, they give me such insultingly low prices and basically say, we can't pay you more than this because you're CCV. And that really just solidifies how much I am being told, you suck now, you're trash. But I will say, as much as it breaks my heart and soul that it's happened, I also have had much more time without guilt to play games that I otherwise wouldn't have played. Because I would have been worried about, oh, if I play this, I might not have many people watching, or oh, if I played this, chat might be bad. Whereas now, I'm like, well, there's not many people still, you know, I don't know. I'm more open to, I'm just gonna play what I want. So I am playing a lot more different games now. So, yeah. But Cyberpunk's not really on my list of I want to play that today. It intrigues me, it interests me, but it's not on my list of I really want to get this in my inventory. You know, there's a lot of games that I've already started, and there's a lot of MMOs that I'm really enjoying at the moment.
What do you?
And yeah, maybe I'm a bit dramatic about the state of my channel sometimes, but you know, when you work so hard on things. And honestly, at this point, I've spoken about it a few times on stream now, but is this the boss?
Okay, protect us.
No, I think the boss is going to be at the bottom. I don't think this, no, this is just a bone fortress. I've got a few things up my sleeve that I want to try for stream, but I don't know if they're going to fix my situation, so... But basically what I'm saying is it's kind of a blessing and a curse, because I think you're seeing a lot more variety on my channel now, and the people that are sticking around, as far as I can tell, like the variety. I might be wrong.
The blood-soaked ground. Return from the grave. My call will sound.
Pardon you? Excuse me? Wait, how do I... Oh no! Why did I do that? Oh, I've got to run all the way back round. Oh, I didn't know that I could just drop down like a pleb. Oh, luckily I'm a vampire, so I can just run through. I don't even know if that's the way that I get to that, because I can't continue past. There's no way for me to...
Suckle the teat of the blood-soaked ground. Return from the grave. My call will sound.
I think I go this way. And then there's a way that I can go left here. Yeah, there we go. Gosh, this is a confusing place. Ow. 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 I honestly now just try out. At this point, I genuinely try not to think about it too much. I have some ideas, some things that I want to try, but they're going to take time to set up, so I've just kind of accepted my fate at this point. I've come to terms with it. And as much as I know that I could probably fix things by pouring loads of pouring loads of stuff into, I just don't, I'm not going to lie, I have energy to continue, but I don't have the energy to like go crazy because of everything going on in real life. So I get that that's probably why this is happening, because I'm not doing loads of new crazy things and all that. But yeah, I don't know, words, confusion, thoughts. But on the good side, there's a lot more variety, and like I say, I think perhaps you're enjoying the variety.
Corruption here, but I fear there may be more.
Possibly. Maybe. I think you're enjoying the variety. Ow. I'm currently melee build. It's so much fun to just ninja cut through mobs and use my gorilla arms. What? Ow. What the flip? That was a weird attack.
Stay away from me, monster.
Second part of my question, do you own the squirrel pet? And if not, do you want to farm it in the Necron dungeons? Me or Anubis? What squirrel pet?
The ritual is gaining strength. Quickly, burn the body.
Arise, you sleeping
Arcade's
dead.
wrath will
Walk
find
among
you.
the living instead.
Get back!
I enjoy the variety, and if it weren't so costly, I would play WoW again. I know.
Any more?
That's kind of why I got a year worth, because you get the discount and then you set for the year, you know?
Mortals,
But I can business expense it, so that does help.
We should not linger here.
No, we shouldn't
There
linger
is
here.
more to do.
There is more to do, yes. Me, I'm doing Gold Road Story at the moment. But thank you very much for the offer. Ah, okay.
We cannot leave any trace.
This
of the
looks
ritual
like a
behind. You must
possible
take that
boss
scroll.
room? Remember that which you command today will one day be your fate. Do not waken the dead lightly, for you will join their ranks eventually. The dead are sleeping, do not wake them. Oh, flip. Yeah, I don't want to miss this.
Get back, foul creature!
Wow, this is quite intense for a delve boss, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it has actual mechanics. That's why I wrote after the event in my original, sadly very typo-heavy message. Oh, sorry, I did miss that. My bad. Sorry. Okay. Hi, Norv. Hope you're glad, because if you're not, he says hello. You went out from... Ew. Golf. Ew. Nasty. If you're waiting behind me to see if I fail this, I am not going to be happy. No, they weren't. Alright, this is where I jumped down before and then I was mad. Oh my goodness. Am I that much of a... Okay, no, we're good. We're good.
Help us. There is powerful necromantic energy here. We must be near one of the objects from the ritual.
I saw. Do I really have to
the
run
remaining
all the way
necromantic
back?
energy will dissipate.
I
on its
actually
own.
think I do. That's
Meet me
upsetting.
outside this cursed place.
Unless I can go this way and then round and out. You'd like to hope so. Can I go this way? Yes, sweet. He's not one of those delves that traps off your exit and makes me really sad. I've never played Cyberpunk, so this is like different languages that you're talking in chat. I love it though. Speaking of variety, we will be playing some League of Legends a little bit later because Arurf is on at the moment and I really want to play some Arurf. Hello, priest. Oh. What was that noise?
Arke smiles upon you, friend. Your assistance in stopping the ritual has finally put the spirits of Nantharion to rest. You saved both the living and the dead of Westweald today.
This one must know. Is there anything else we need to do?
Thank Arke, this is the end of it. I can already sense the necromantic energy waning. The air feels lighter somehow.
What were those Daedra doing in the ruins?
I am not sure. They may have been drawn to the necrotic energy generated by the ritual. There are rumors of similar Daedric attacks across Westweald, but no one knows where they are coming from. I will be sure to mention them in my record.
What should we do with the items from the ritual?
I will take those. They should not be left unaccounted for. The Temple of Arke has measures in place to safeguard such dangerous objects and prevent them from causing any further harm.
Of course. Here they are.
Thank you, friend. As promised, here is a token of my gratitude. Hopefully, our paths may meet again under less grim circumstances. Now, I need a hot bath to wash off the stink of the grave. By the smell of it, you could use one too.
Wow.
Remember, life has no meaning without death. That is why the Church of Arke rejects all forms of necromancy. We did good work here, but I am ready to return to my duties. I have always found life more orderly within the Church than outside it.
What are you planning to do now?
I will return to my order in Skingrad and tell my fellow priests that Nantharion has been exorcised. The Legion should also know about the Daedra we encountered. I am sure they will want to investigate further. There is more work to be done at home. I must return.
His hair is
Arke bless you,
beautiful. Oh, we did 10 quests and 5 quests. We got 25,000 gold. Wowie woo woo. And in my chest, I got, ooh, Lion Guard Captain Poodries. Wowie woo woo. Why have I got a New Life Festival box in my bags? That's what I want to know. Why is my inventory so completely full up? Oh yeah, he doesn't have to worry about, let me just fix my hair real quick. If I remember, monks have their hair like this so that they have a greater connection to their god. So this priest of Arke has a bald head so that they have a greater connection to God. And there's nothing in the way to get their prayers answered. I don't know, something like that. Something like that, right. So, we need to... Let's go talk to Beline in Vashabar, I think. Because she might send us to a new location for this vanity that we haven't done the quest for yet. Although I have a feeling these last points of interest may be parts of the main story. Also, Sprouty, hello, how are you today? Hope you're glad, because if not, I'll be sad. Also, I may or may not have filled the guild bank up again. I am sorry. I had enough stuff in my bank to fill 3 different guild banks. Oopsies. I'm going to go have a look. See if there's anything I don't have. Haha. Huzzah. I'm also going to do my writs because crafting items is one of the thingies as well.
The Red Mountain.
The Red Mountain? Ooh. Ooh. La la. Ooh. La 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 la. I love finding stuff I don't have. It's so rare these days. Bum 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 bum. Okay, this is where we're gonna have to keep an eye out because I've missed quite a lot of events recently. Including new life, as you can tell. Oops. I'm just looking for anything that has green instead of already in collections. Already in collections. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, oh, oh. Uh-huh. Already in collections. Already in collections. There we go. Right, now let me use these, then Roomba. Then we shall put everything else that I didn't need back. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you, Sprouty.
Give you a song.
I'm gonna put stuff in there and then Roomba. Ooh. Take those. Don't mind if I diddly diddly do. Put those back. Put that away, 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 put that away. And we're going to have to Roomba because the bank's full. But that's okay. Okay. Put that away, put that away, put that away. We can Roomba again. Are there any other pieces? Like fragmenty things? Do I have that? I don't know. I don't know if I have that. I definitely have the apple bobbin stuff. Definitely have that. Do I have the dog pet? I think I do. Dang it. Who's putting disposable swords in the guild bank? I don't think I have that. I'm gonna see if I need it or not by using it, but we can always put stuff back. Can always put stuff back. What other fragments do I not have? Do I have that? I might do, I might not. I don't remember. I think I do have this, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We'll see. I don't know if I have that. See, I'm emptying the guild bank. I'm doing my job. And if you're like, hey, you're being greedy. No. I never, ever, ever sell anything. Everything I get, I put in the guild bank. So this is me getting my... Okay, I do need those. Okay, cool. Do I need... I can get rid of those. I can get rid of those. I can get rid of those. Do I need these? I've already got that. Okay, do I need these? Oh. Consume Azeric skill shreds to unlock the skill stylist achievements that award skill stars for Grand Healing, Dawnbreaker, and Meteor. Ooh. Alright. Do I need these? I don't need those. Do I need this? Have I already unlocked this? Or are you... I've already got that collectible. Okay, cool. So I'll put those back.
Oh, don't mind the...
I shall put those back. Put those back. Put those back. Put those... Wait. What did I just put back? Wait. What? Revelry Shard, Mirth Shard, Mosaic Skill Shred. Okay, yeah. Wait, was that? Wait. What did I just... Wait, what did I just... Wait, no, what? Yeah, that was what I meant to do. Yeah.
You look a bit.
Just checking. I was just testing you all, okay? I was just testing you all. Deposit those, deposit that, and then I think that's that. Ooh. Do scripts
Don't mind the big chunk of
stack,
stone
yeah?
floating above.
Yes, they do. Okay. Do any of the ones that I have in my bag duplicate? Okay. That did stack. Gosh, my bags are so full. Not even funny. It's because of all these scripts. But it's worth it for my other characters, y'all. Right, let's quickly do writs. I think I have enough bag space to do writs. Possibly. Possibly. Why is it? The people that always say, oh my gosh, Kay quit ESO. Do you ever play ESO anymore? Why do they never find me when I'm playing ESO? Like, every single time I play ESO, they don't come to the stream. Every single time I'm playing something that isn't ESO, they come to the stream. I don't think you're as obsessed with the ESO directly as you think you are, huh? They should have alerts being like, Kay is playing ESO right now. Quick, run. Run for your lives. One second. Got a reply to this. From what? Wow, you're playing ESO Family. Never see anyone else playing this game. Oh my god, you've not played this game so long. Oh my god, let me just give up. things do I have to craft to get the thing? I know food would do it quicker, but this way I get my writs done at the same time. Obviously not enough for that. Oh, it could have been. Craft 60 items. There we go. I've already done it. Defeat 500 enemies. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I suppose I've just got to be a bit picky and pick the easier ones, but I still want to do Gold Road. I'm determined. I'm so close to the end of finishing the Gold Road story, and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I actually going to finish the story before they bring out a new one? I cannot remember the last time I did that. Cannot remember the last time I did that. Why do I keep getting this on the random... This ridiculous horse? I bought it for the meme. Hashtag ad, hashtag gifted. I get my crowns. Freebies. Right, we got to go down here to go talk to What's-Her-Face about her thingly-bob. Yeah. Right, let's go to Dawnwood. Now that's more like it. A cute little pony. Have I got it set to only random horses or something? What is happening? Oh, thanks, honeybee. I got my little tea. Okay. Mounts. Ow. No, random favourite mount. Just seems to be always this one, or the scary knife horse. Right.
I'm telling you, there's been a mistake. Give me a chance to explain.
Why don't you explain how you escaped? Or what you did to my wife?
Oh dear.
What's going on, Ayleid? I just checked on the prisoner. She's secure.
Finally, there you are. There's been a misunderstanding. Please, let me explain.
Oh dear. Seems she's in a bit of a pickle, chat.
This wood elf is so angry with me. I'm sure he has reason to be. I just wish I knew what drove my vanity to such crimes.
You must tell, Khajiit. What is going on here?
This man claims I turned his wife into a pig and escaped my bonds. Thankfully, the guard says her prisoner is still secure, but we're too late to prevent my vanity from lashing out.
What shall we do?
There's only one option. I have to face my vanity. I can be petty at times, but I've never been prone to such dark magic. At least, not consciously. I suspect something's been festering inside me for too long. Maybe together, we can clear the air.
Sorry, trying to explain some stuff to Angry Dad.
Please, let my friend speak with your prisoner. We're all eager to resolve this.
Very well, but we'll accompany you. Don't try anything.
I don't like this, Sir Ogwyn. They might use their vile magic on
After everything I did for you guys when I was here.
What have we?
A new face? What a shame it's not prettier. Sorry, I cut her off.
These wood elves think they're so perfect with their pretty little lives in their pretty little forest. None of them deserve it.
You must be Beline's vanity.
Vanity? Is that all you think of me? Just shows how ignorant you are. I'm Belian the Bewitching, sorceress extraordinaire, and envy of the sisters. And if you think these bindings are enough to hold me, you're sorely mistaken.
Why did the elves imprison you?
Jealousy, I assume. They'd hardly be the first to tie me up because of my looks.
This man says you turned his wife into a pig.
More like I revealed her true form. His stupid little wife was tromping around the forest like a dumb animal. So, I decided to make her outside match what was inside. She didn't even fight back. She must have known she deserved it.
How dare you!
Dear.
You had no right!
Calm yourself, Ayleid.
I can't believe it. Please, friend, I must speak with you. This is awful. She's not just my vanity. She's my rage.
What will you do now?
I don't know. It's hard enough for me to acknowledge my vanity, let alone this rage. I understood my other facets, but this one is something I've been suppressing for a long time. I'm scared to let her back in.
The others helped restore you. Without her, you will not be whole.
I suppose you're right. Refusing to acknowledge this facet is what allowed it to fester and grow so angry in the first place. Thank you. Please, take this token of my gratitude. I know what I need to do now. This prisoner is my responsibility. Let me deal with her. And I'll submit myself to your judgment.
Fine, but make it quick.
Back off, you simpering fool. Darling, we're one and the same. I'll accept you, but you'll never hurt anyone again. You can try to stop me, but we both know I'm part of you. And I always will be. I'm so sorry for what she... well, I did to your wife. Let me make amends.
Enough of your tricks! You can fix this by returning my wife to me!
Of course. Please, allow me to reverse the spell.
Oh, thank Ifrey, that's over.
Dearest my love, you're back! Sir Arguin, I revoke my charges. Let the stranger leave and put this behind us.
Very well. You are both free to go.
Thank you.
Both? What did I do?
I won't forget all your help in this. I suppose I ought to thank you. Count yourself lucky, darling. I never let anyone see as much of myself as you have. I don't know what's coming next, but at least I know I'll be facing it whole. You have my gratitude.
I still don't trust your friend. She seems sincere now, but I'll wait to see what my wife has to say about it.
I still can't believe I'm back. I thought I'd be trapped as a pig forever. At least your friend made good on her promise, but I'm not sure what to think of her. I don't know if I'll ever be able to eat pork again after this.
That does lessen your
I don't really understand what just
food
happened.
palate.
Your friend is stranger than a tree with no roots. You're free to go, but I'd suggest you both keep a low profile. A Leylon's patience can only be stretched so far.
Oh, well. That didn't count as a point of interest, but that was one of our side quests. Now, let me have a look. There's not really any places on the... Oh, we've got this place. The vineyards. We have 2 more quests to do in the main story. But there's 2 more points of interest. Oh, there's this one as well. Okay. Let's do the last 2 side quests. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I'm just trying to sort some stuff with my dad. He's confusioned. Why did I go to Western Skyrim? That's strange. My brain must have not worked. Let's see if we can find a quest up here. Once we get all these side quests done, we can start moving on over to the main quest. Let's have a look-see. If we run over here... Aha! I spot a quest.
Oh, my
Elf
dear
better the
Narcissus
shy.
Strange, what has happened to you?
Oh my gosh. Where is he?
It's you. Good fortune for all of us. Narcissus Dren will be most pleased if you're the one to help him.
Why are you so concerned for his safety?
The noted explorer Narcissus Dren has gone to investigate the ruins of Wendia, and I fear he may be in trouble. He left some time ago to procure an Ayleid relic, the emblem of the last king. Could you go and help him? He will reward your efforts.
What do you need this one to do?
Find Narcissus and help him recover the emblem from Wendia. Here, let me mark it on your map. He had some Wood-Elf allies, but I do not trust them. My dear Narcissus is brilliant but impulsive, and needs someone to protect him from his own enthusiasm.
That's I have this problem. I need scribing a bunch of my alts, but I can't be bothered to do the scribing quest again. That's a mood. That's good because they don't have all the places you get sent to. Yeah, it's good that you only have to do the first bit, but even that's quite long. The mass pull scribing spell and contingency is for tankies. Yeah, we've been wanting a mass pull for a long time. At the moment, I'm using the time stop and crossbow. The grind for the time stop was also a pain. Let's go find Narcissus Dren. Our favourite, chat. Our favourite.
The task ahead should come from Narcissus Dren himself. Please, go seek him out.
Good to see you again, Elfbetter.
Ah, yes! Vardenfell, wasn't it? I feel more at ease knowing I can entrust Narcissus' well-being to a friendly, sympathetic soul.
This one is curious. How have you fared since we last met?
Nary a day passes when he is not off on some new adventure. I admire that in him. Always eager to move on to the next challenge, to the next wondrous historical site. I sometimes wish he would settle down, but life with him is always exciting.
He certainly keeps busy.
I can tell you a little about the area, but I'm afraid full information on the task ahead should come from Narcissus Dren himself. Please, go...
Okay, let's go to the ruins and save old Narcissus Dren once again. Hopefully we can push him down a well again. That was fun. Hi! Hey, buddy.
Hush! Can't you see I'm busy blending into my surroundings?
Good to see you again, Narcissus. Coriel heard you could use some help.
Ah, yes. I remember you. Still looking for honest work, I see. No matter. I am glad to take you under my wing once more in this endeavor.
It's time to get the Catwalker. Your Stream Raider skin when I use it and it starts shooting pixel meanies? What Stream Raider skin says it's time to get the Catwalker? Huh? What one's that? I don't remember half of my skins. I know I had a magical tea fairy who throws teacups. My imagination said that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that stuff about Narcissus Dren quest. To be honest, it's still one of my favourite quests in here. So, what the Narcissus Dren wins? Hi, Nims. Hope you're glad. And Midnight of Rain. Hope you're glad. Because if you know, I'll be sad. Stream Raiders is still a thing, but we don't particularly play it very much. I still have skins in there, though. We used to play it all the time. It's the Musketeer. Oh, the Musketeer. Tell Coriel what you are doing here. I still like Stream Raiders. It's just I didn't like some of the things they did with content creators and like pay and stuff.
When my associates suddenly turned on me and threw me out.
What associates?
They're called the Recollections.
Oh gosh.
I mentioned to them that the symbol of King Dinar, last of the Ayleid kings, could be found here. I never expected that they would betray me. But you're going to help me, aren't you?
All right. Where do we start?
We must search these surface ruins for two types of things. My own irreplaceable notes, and any information of the Recollection's doings. Those wood elves must have some papers about here. Mission orders, reports, or correspondence.
At least they didn't stick you in a bottle this time.
Ah, yes, the case of the male moth mysterium. You'd be surprised how often that sort of thing happens in this line of work.
Keeps things interesting.
We must search these surface ruins for two types of things. My own irreplaceable notes, and any information of the Recollection's doings. Those wood elves must have some papers about here. Mission orders, reports, or correspondence.
Tell us more about what happened here.
I should never have mentioned the emblem of the last king to the Recollection. They sent a large contingent of helpers and drove me off. The emblem was part of the regalia of the last Ayleid king, Lelorian Dinar. You know about King Dinar?
We have met.
What? Really? You don't look that ancient. But then you know that when the last kingdom of the High Elves fell, its people and treasures were scattered. The emblem was a symbol of King Dinar's reign and an important Ayleid treasure.
Forgive this one for asking, but why is it that you've come to Wendir?
Indeed. I'd heard tales that the last king's 5 devoted retainers gathered here prior to his demise. The emblem of the last king is sure to be here, protected by the traps set by these 5 loyal retainers.
I might have to ring Angry Dad chat. He's getting a bit confused. Right. I'm going to let him... I'm going to really quickly go on a tea break, and I'm just going to ring Angry Dad because he's not he's not reading my messages, and he's getting in a tizzy, so... I'm just going to do this. Let me just quickly go on a break. I'm going to be right back. Please stretch, take your eyes over the screen, have a little bit of a break. I will be back shortly. And hopefully Angry Dad will understand what I'm talking about. He's got treatment coming up, and there's things that we're trying to... it's just all very confusing. So let me just call him, and I'll be back. See, that Narcissus Dren, eh? What's he like? Oh my god, did he just run off in there without me? Like an idiot? Ren, what are you doing? You crazy? Dang. Oh, okay. Report from the Wendir Dig. To Beragorn, Keeper of the Recollection, from Gwendathor Expedition Liaison. Keeper Beragorn, I beg to report that the work at Wendir proceeds slowly. The area surrounding the ruin is inhabited by Minotaurs, who take a dim view on our presence here. They've gotten into the underground passages as well, and this may indicate that there are other entrances that we don't know about. Than the one we know about. We found something so far that indicates that the emblem of the last king of the other Ayleid relics are within. Most discoveries have been abandoned bottles of aged wine, holy water and blood. The complex is sprawling, and there are several places where our progress is halted by some blockage or sealed gate. Exploration is further hampered by statues that come to life and attack our explorers. Deadly traps are still active after all these centuries. In particular, many of these traps emit petrifying gas, which immobilizes the target and gives them calcified appearance, making it look like they've been turned to stone. Finally, there has been great difficulty with our official expert. He may have some knowledge in his field and provide insufferable in his dealings with others. If he is not boring our fellow wood elves and ridiculous tales of his exploits, he's drooling over some statue, inscription, or broken pottery shard that we have excavated. Frankly, I do not trust him to not pocket some valuable trinkets of his own. I humbly request that we dismiss this expert immediately, either removing him from the excavations or removing him from the branches of life. He is getting on my nerves, and if he reminds me one more time of how he impressed you with his suaveness and more knowledge, I will throw him into a well myself. Always remember, Gwendathor.
I can't believe they're complaining about me. Me! After all I did for them. Fine.
Can't imagine it. Oh, gosh. Why? Who would ever complain about you, Narcissus? By Narcissus Dren, the research into the ruins of Wendir have proved to be extremely profitable, and I believe that the emblem of the last king will be found here. This is a chance for an ultimate discovery, a boon to research, a series of best-selling books for me. However, a difficulty in finding adequate assistance has arisen. Borfrey Dullblade is usually a perfect blunt instrument for this sort of thing, but the Nord is off visiting his family, and old colleagues seem to be a bit of several scratched out words that might be selfish or cowardly, reticent to engage with this new opportunity. Elfbeta is loyal as always, but while she has a keen eye and excellent research skills, I hesitate to put her in dangerous situations. Besides, she runs faster than I do. I cannot expect to hang around such dangerous ruins in hopes of some scratched out words, idiot and fool. Capable volunteer will show up and aid me. For this reason, I have reached out to a group of militant wood elves known as the Recollection. This new organization recently appeared in Westfield, not unlike the new forest that sprang out of nowhere along the southern border. I met with one of their mid-ranged officials, as they are very reluctant to identify who is actually in charge. Perhaps they don't know. She and I spent a pleasant evening over ale and small plates as I regaled her with my knowledge of the aliens. Elfbeta's extensive research was somewhat helpful here, and my plans for an expedition into Wendir. She volunteered to bring a few trusted members of the Recollection to help with the digging, fighting, and heavy lifting. Now, I'm not sure I made the wisest decision. Oh, everything is proceeding smoothly, and we should have the emblem of the last king in hand by the end of the week. I'm just starting to get the feeling these wood elves may not be willing to let me take the prize.
Yes, well, my alliance with the Recollection was a bit tenuous at best.
Not the greatest idea, buddy. By Narcissus Dren, the Ayleid Empire collapsed in the face of the Elysian Save revolt. Its sorcerer kings crushed by rising power of the Nedic rebels. Not all ancient Ayleid ruins were. This is just news about the stuff.
Ah, excellent.
I don't think it's actually to do with the story, so we will skip that one.
You know,
if that's okay with you,
it would
chat.
do you well to study these notes. They might come in handy someday.
Maybe that's foreshadowing. Who's writing this? Breadil. Hello. Hope things are going better for you in Vachabar than they are here in the Yifri forsaken Imperial lands. We've been at this for 3 weeks now and have some precious little to show except for ancient trash, sore muscles, and short tempers. And headaches for those of us forced to listen to that dark elf prattle on about his achievements. All the promise of some great lost treasure have come to nothing so far, as we all found of interest. Anything we ever found of interest has been ancient bottles of wine, water and blood. The others are about to throw down their tools and quit this place. We're in the heart of the Imperial territory, and I don't think they're going to take our explorations well once they find out what we're doing here. But the Dark Elf keeps saying, one more room, one more chamber, and just look at this inscription. Bah! And then there are the traps, still active for all these centuries. The worst of them turns the careless to stone. We found a few blocked passages and sealed entrances. We think there's one set behind a huge altar, but that has so far confounded us. Our Dark Elf may be able to get us through, but I'll be damned if we're going to ask him. Better keep him away. Or better yet, let a statue come to life and accidentally fall on him. I'm sick to the back of my teeth of this place, these creatures, and worst of all, noted author and adventurer Narcissus Dren. May the wild hunt chase him and catch up with him. Love to the children, and tell them that Mother will be back in a few weeks. But remember, not a word about the recollection or anyone in Vashabar. Not a word.
Let's head into the catacombs beneath these ruins to sort through what we found. Away from this rabble.
This rabble-dabble, hey? You're not a very good adventurer, Narcissus, and I long for the day that you're going to accept that and just understand that we do all of the work for you. And also, I really want him to know it was me that pushed him down a well.
Let's take a better look at those documents. Let me see those papers we gathered. Ah, I see. The recollection found an altar but could go no farther. Sounds magical. There's mention of finding vials of blood, some sacred water, and a bottle of ancient wine. Yes, yes, those are our keys.
Do their reports mention anything else?
It seems my former allies are not doing well without me. Petrification traps, locked doors, giant living statues, that peculiar altar. Typical novice stuff. Nothing that would challenge a master of his craft such as myself.
Living statues?
Animated stonework. Doesn't surprise me. They don't require much upkeep. But this altar, Ayleid design, so it will need some liquid to activate it. They have the keys but have no clue how to use them.
What needs to be done?
We press on. The renowned Narcissus Dren is not deterred by mundane challenges. Let's find this altar they mentioned, and keep your eyes out for any bottles, vials, or carafes they have excavated. The hunt is on, faithful assistant. With those notes, it's clear that the recollection is stymied by that altar. I, of course, know how to activate it. We'll need a vial of blood, some sacred water, and/or wine from the things they've dug up.
Okay. The recollection does not like you very much.
I did say we parted ways. Surely you, as an aspiring explorer yourself, should have caught the nuance. I'm of no obligation to be forthright with the specifics of how all parties came to be here at Windir.
The recollection has a particular interest in Ayleid treasures.
See? I needn't explain anything to you. You're well informed. I needed bodies willing to dive into an Ayleid ruin regardless of danger, and the recollection was available and remarkably easy to convince. Until they turned on me.
Why would you get involved with cultists?
I needed some willing hands and they were eager to help. Little did I imagine that they would desire the emblem more than I. Feel free to read my notes. Though be warned, they are not on par with the quality of my published works.
I see you in chat. I do see you. I do be reading. You think I don't read chat? Stupid. Understood.
The hunt is on, faithful assistant. With those notes, it's clear that the recollection...
I knew something was off about the Dark Elf expert. Sneaky-looking cur.
We've lost so many to the traps. Had that fool warned us about them, Givens would have never been petrified.
How come them recollection didn't want to hurt us, but every other?
Do you see that ahead? Is that one of the recollection's own? Turned to stone?
Oh no.
Isn't this nice, assistant? You get to walk through a ruin like this with none other than myself. Over there. What's on that stone table? I have my own theories as to why such ancient...
You don't? This is just a figment of your imagination. Honestly,
the recollection
I believe
no
it.
Interest in my musings.
I believe it. I am a little bit cuckoo.
Allow me to enlighten you, assistant. Keep an eye out for Daedric symbology. The Ayleids worship the Daedra and were destroyed by Daedra Hater. Assistant, have I ever regaled you with my research on ancestral tombs in Vardenfell? It would only take a few hours.
I actually wanted to hear him continue what he was saying, but I was running too fast because I'm vampire and I don't have to attack anyone. I think I need to slow down when he starts talking. As much as he's a pain in the butt, he is also wonderful in the ways that he gives us lots of information. Dren? Dren? Are you okay? Are you okay? Have I broke you? Have I broke him? Is he just...
This could have been me mere moments ago. Thank the gods for my quick reflexes. Best be on our way. Keep an eye out for these grates if you would, Assistant.
No worries.
All this mess! Oh! The Recollection has no regard for proper excavation procedures. Else better, my usual assistant would be shocked by such disarray.
Sure she would. I'm sure she would be. Oh, buddy, old pal. Ah! A golem. Ooh, Come on, Dren.
Majestic. Oh, how I'd love to know how they carved these wings. Was it one sculptor? Two? More? It's so lifelike.
It's because it is. It's a gargoyle. Oh, buddy, old pal. Ow. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Aha! I have bamboozled you. You hath been bamboozled. Where's Narcissus Dren gone? He's being very quiet. Is he still with me? Oh, he's still with me. Okay. Hall of the Royal Dren? Okay, he just... Oh, no, he is still here. All of the loyal retainers. Ah.
3 of the loyal retainers. Stand back, Assistant. I'll speak their names and command them.
Right.
Lorimaro, Parhalia, Balipalin, Yonvarla, and, hang on. I don't know that last name. No, wait!
Oh, he mad that you didn't know his name. He angry, buddy. He angry. Oh, Dren, you've upsetty spaghetti this guy.
A divergent point. Ah!
There we are. Now to return to the altar. I'll go ahead and dust myself off a bit from the battle.
Good idea.
Take the wine on your way out. We'll be needing that.
Okay. Yes, buddy.
The contents of this bottle, they've been partially used. Have they been drinking on the job?
Uh-oh. Whee!
A moment, Assistant. Thanks to my dazzling intellect, I have deduced that we should anoint the altar with sacred water. Assistant, apply the sacred water.
Why do you think it is the sacred water?
Simple. Sacred water goes on an altar. It's quite obvious. Any fool would see that.
Wouldn't it be one of the other items?
When you have been at this as long as I have, you develop a sixth sense for these things. Place all 3 items on the altar, but we will use the sacred water. Trust me.
As you wish.
If you would place all 3 items that we collected onto the altar, we can proceed. Go on. place the item. The altar controls passage by way of that. Ah, yes. That one thing to always keep in mind is the need to
He doesn't know, does he? No.
And now, anoint the altar with the sacred water. With this, our way is opened.
I'm really tempted to just deny. You know what?
That didn't work. Assistant, try another offering. That did it!
So it wasn't the water. Ha ha!
Predicted. A tribute to the wine shared between the retainers upon their arrival. Good job following my instructions, Assistant. I'll make an explorer of you yet. I'm going on ahead. Onward to discovery.
He's such a fanny. Shakili, hello, how are you today? I hope you're glad, because if you don't understand, Narcissus Dren, the ESO's biggest fanny. Honestly. What's he gotten himself into now, or going to get himself into?
And here we are. The emblem. But it is sealed away by magic. Surely these tiles, pressed in correct sequence, will remove the warding spells on it.
Ah, okay.
That carving looks important. It is some form of epitaph to the 5 loyal retainers. I'd venture it's crucial to releasing the emblem of the last king.
Have you seen something like this before?
But of course. You'd be a fool to think that a treasure hunter as respectable as myself would have no experience with a simple tile puzzle.
Khajiit means, does this not remind you of what we encountered in the Well of Tomb in Vardenfell?
You know, it does seem quite reminiscent of that. The tiles are the same, but if I recall correctly, Veloth's solution was on the walls. Perhaps the solution to this one can be found within this epitaph.
So you can solve this then?
I could, but let's think of this as a teachable moment. A final examination, so to speak. You should work this one out on your own. I'll be here to supervise.
Fine. Let Corriere look at this epitaph.
Narcissus Dren is no stranger to a puzzle, but can his assistant exhibit the same prowess? Let's wait and see. Go on now, read that epitaph.
King Dinah's 5 loyal retainers remain ever vigilant after walking the path of the emblem. Lor Emaro started in the extreme west. Parhelia followed, riding east for 4 nights. Belapini was next, moving north for 3 days. Yondvala came forth, travelling west for 2 nights. The Unnamed was last, taking 1 step north before unleashing the preserving mist. So, I've got this up on another screen. I just took a screenshot.
Give it your all. Allow me.
I'm not going to take your advice. So, King Dinah's 5... so, never eat shredded wheat. So, the extreme west, obviously we're going here. Parthelia followed, riding east for 4 nights. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did that do anything? Their pivoting was next, moving north for 3 days. 1, 2, 3. Yondvala came forth, travelling west for 2 nights. 1, 2. And 1 more north.
Certainly took your time.
Oh, shut up. That was quick for me.
Clear, and the emblem of the last king calls to me. Come. Look at it. It's marvelous. Floating there, just waiting to be taken. Any final notes, assistant, before I commit history?
Never eat shredded wheat is interesting. Never eat soggy waffles is how I remember it. Ah. No, shredded wheat for me.
Now, assistant, we have found the emblem of the last king. It's been waiting so long for me to recover it.
What are you doing?
Step aside, assistant. The great and wise Narcissus Dren will now seize the emblem. I intend to present it to my assistant Elfbeta at her southern camp. Yes, that sounds sufficiently thrilling.
Hang on. The grate looks like those earlier traps. There may be a mechanism to disarm it somewhere.
fool of an assistant. Do not disturb me, or I'll have you demoted to a footnote in my next book. You stumbled through much, and now your reward is to watch me finally grasp the emblem of the last king.
Oh, this one will not stop the great Narcissus Dren.
Ah, the emblem at last. I've bested those recollection fools. No! A trap! It's that petrification gas! Take the emblem to Elfbeta!
Oh, sorry. I do apologize. Did you want me to use this? Oh, sorry. My bad, Narcissus. My bad. I mean, you did say not to stop you, so... Oh, good times. Last time you fell down a well. Oh, it's brilliant. I love these quests with the boy. Hanging out with Narcissus Drens. Never a dull moment, is it, darlings? Never a dull moment. Woo! Elfbeta, there seems to have been a terrible accident. Oh no! Oh no, Elfbeta! You're gonna have to send someone in to help him! Oh, if only someone was there to stop it happening. Oh, what a terrible accident. What an awful accident. I can't believe this has happened.
Ah, there you are. I was beginning to get worried. Delightful to see you remain in one piece. Some of my dear Narcissus collaborators do not survive the experience. Tell me, how did you fare?
Here you go. The emblem of the last king, as requested.
Excellent. I've arranged payment for your efforts. Did Narcissus come with you? I know. Probably still taking notes for his next dissertation, I expect. Should I go after him? Eventually, I suppose. He gets cross with me when I fuss about him too much. I need to take my leave shortly. Narcissus should turn up any time now. Perhaps I should go looking for him. In any event, thank you for your help.
Narcissus, otherwise indisposed. He sent Coriel ahead to deliver the emblem.
Oh dear. Should I wait here? Should we go after him? I don't want him to think I believe he needs constant oversight, but he does get so wrapped up in his work.
He's, studying statues right now. Couldn't budge him. You should go on without him.
Ever the thoughtful scholar, my Narcissus. Very well, I shall do as you say. Is there anything else I may do for you before I take my leave?
It was a pleasure to work with you, Elfbeta.
I need to take my leave shortly. Narcissus should turn up any time now. Perhaps I should go looking for him. In any event, thank you for your help.
One more point of interest, chat, and then we can focus on main story. But before we do that, I am just going to go and grab this little crafting station over here. Because, I mean, we're here, we might as well. We're just down the road. And there is a sky shard there. There's quite a few sky shards I haven't picked up yet. But we don't need all the sky shards before we finish the zone. I just like to do all of the side quests before I finish the zone. Because usually at the end of each chapter, there is a celebration. And all the people that you've helped along the way will be there. And if they recognize you, they'll give you an update on what they're up to, etc, etc. That's not really a spoiler. It's just a warning that you should do all of the side quests. So it is nice to catch up with them and have them talk about what they've been up to since you've helped them, sort of things. There you go. What professions are you doing on this character? All of them. In the Elder Scrolls Online, you don't have to choose one. World of Warcraft, you do have to choose two. But with the Elder Scrolls Online, you do not need to choose one profession or two professions. You can do them all. This character is actually a master crafter. So I've maxed out everything to do with crafting, and I've got enough motif styles to have Master Crafter achievement. So I'm pretty pretty proud of that. I'm pretty proud of that. Now, I'm just going to confirm if this is the final point of interest once I get out of this lake that I accidentally got stuck in. Yeah, I really like the fact that you don't have to choose a select amount and you can do all the crafting, because it's just a lot nicer than having to... I wonder if I go to the bottom of here, is there going to be a quest marker, or is that the quest marker up there? Usually there's someone closer to the way shrine who will pull you in. Let's have a look, see if there's like an extra step here. I did see the quest marker, so this is our last point of interest, and then we can just focus on main story. But I don't think we're going to do this last quest today, because I do want to play a couple of little games of a roof with ye old badgers. So yeah, there's no quest here, but when you go closer to this building up here, there is a quest. So, we finished the lady who had her emotions split apart quest. We did a delve quest, and we did one of the side quests that we needed. I think this is a good, appropriate amount size VOD for the VOD folks. Possibly, unless Badgers is stuck in things and doesn't want to play League yet, Badgers. Will I do one more quest? Okay, well, just kidding. We're going to do this quest. Haha, psych. You thought all the non-believers left. It's just the real ones that are here. We're going to do this last quest. That means we can focus on the main story the next time we play. Huzzah! Oh, there is a one closer down here. Look. It's my...
What would Count Verandis do in this situation?
I'm so glad that we did this last quest.
Meeting you here, friend. I hope you're not here for the auction at the Valente Vineyards. I'm certain the event bodes ill, but I'm reluctant to enter that nest of vipers alone. Would you be willing to join me? For ample compensation, of course.
You don't need to compensate me. I will join you, Fenorian, always, forever. Pledge of Maramy, please. You will indulge, Kaji. What kind of trouble do you expect in a wine auction?
It isn't just any auction. It's run by and for vampires. Being a vampire myself, I can't help but wonder why Lord Gallio Valente, vineyard owner and vampire coven leader, wants to sell wine to other vampires. It's not like we partake of the stuff.
So, you were invited to this auction?
Not exactly. I was hunting a violent vampire gang called the Terrors when I found an invitation to the auction. Inviting vampires to such an event is strange enough, but offering this Vesper Valente vintage? That has me concerned. Will you help me?
Always. This one will help you investigate the auction at the Valente Vineyards and Winery.
First, let's look around the vineyard. I want to examine the grapes they grow here. Besides, it's a good idea to get a feel for the grounds before we head into the auction. Never fear. This is exactly what House Ravenwatch trained me for.
What have you been up to since we last met, Fenorian?
Oh, the usual. Advancing my studies, investigating for House Ravenwatch. I must say, I do like Westwield's climate. Much less damp and chilly than what we have over in Rivenspire. I will tell Adusa and Gwendis I ran into you, though.
This one is a vampire. That is going to be a problem, yes?
For you and I, friend? Not at all. You know we follow a strict code. We take no blood by force, help those in need, and do our best to curtail hostile vampires. Assist me in those efforts here, as you have in the past.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a vampire last time I done this quest. I met him. Coriel must know. What do you know about the vineyard and the winery?
It's been in the Valente family for generations. From what I was able to ascertain, Lord Valente inherited the place about a year ago. Seems he returned from a long trip, and his father suddenly fell ill and died. Now the place is under his control.
And Gallio Valente is a vampire?
According to the invitation I found, yes. And not just any vampire. He's the leader of a powerful coven, which is why this whole affair concerns me. Ravenwatch has never heard of this coven or Valente before. And a wine auction?
It makes no sense.
Tell this one more about this invitation you found.
As I said, I was trying to pick up the trail of the Terrors, violent vampires that were last seen heading toward the Weald when I found the invitation. Another troublesome vampire I was forced to deal with had it among his possessions.
Just so you know, this one took care of the terrors. But why did the invitation cause you concern?
You did? That's one less problem I need to worry
Praise
about.
me.
As for the invitation, when things make no sense, I feel obliged to find clarity. Dangerous vampires, bidding on wine they cannot drink, hints at a mystery I cannot leave unsolved.
Oh, Fëanorian. Oh, Fëanorian. Oh, Fëanorian. Hello, kitty cat.
An injured field hand. Let's find out what happened.
This is no place to wander aimlessly, traveler. The foul beasts are vicious and hungry for blood.
Foul beasts?
Ugliest hounds Drovir has ever seen. This one just finished checking the new grapes and was on his way to the auction when it came out of nowhere. Ripped up Drovir's leg real good.
You must tell this one. Lord Valente invited his servants to attend the auction?
Drovir thought the request was strange too, but Lord Valente insisted, and Lady Valente specifically told Sentry Helvius to let the servants in, even if we didn't have the fancy invitations. If you're here for the auction, you should head inside.
Prrr. What can you tell Coriel about Lord Gallio Valente?
He came back from his travels different. Even his father was concerned about the changes in his beloved son. But shortly after young Gallio returned, his father fell ill and died. Gallio inherited the vineyard, the title, and all that entailed.
What can you tell us about the auction?
Just that he invited some important guests. He's been working on the new grapes for a special vintage since he returned, and he's very proud of it. Says it's going to make him even more rich and powerful. Can that be possible? This one is unsure.
You mentioned a kind of grape.
Lord Valente developed the new seeds in his alchemical laboratory under the manor. They grow thorny vines that bear a crimson grape unlike anything Drovir has ever seen before. Once the first vintage was ready, Lord Valente set up this auction.
Tell Coriel more about Lady Valente.
Lord Valente's new wife, a high elf with a name too complicated for this one's Khajiiti tongue. Drovir believes they met during young Gallio's time away. But what does this old field hand know of such things?
Coriel is wondering, is there anything unusual about either Lord or Lady Valente?
Unusual? Well, this one does not like to talk out of turn, but...
Thank you for the follows on the
Drovir
platforms
hears
that I
that
stream.
Lady Valente wants to be more involved in running the vineyard, but Lord Valente refuses to include her. This one wonders why he even married her.
Thank you, friend. We shall continue looking through the vineyard. Yes.
Let's look more closely at those grapes. The scent wafting off those grapes. It's tantalizing.
I don't think it's wine. I don't think it's wine, chat. I have a feeling it's not wine, chat. Would you look at that, chat?
Might be valuable.
It appears the grapes did not agree with this death hound. Curious. Let's talk.
There's really...
Yes, after I deconstruct some stuff, my darling, my dearest darling Fëanorian. Alright, let's bring Azanda back. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There he is.
just as Count Ferrandis taught me. There is always something to learn if you simply pay attention. The field hand was attacked by a death hound, a sure indication of vampiric activity. And he provided a wealth of information. Don't you agree?
You mean about Lord Galio, Valente, Lady Valente, and the new grapes?
So you were listening. Good. The field hand described Galio as different when he returned. He developed a new grape to make him richer and more powerful, and he recently married a high elf, but the marriage already seems troubled.
Rashid would like to know, what do you think of the grapes we examined and the death hound?
The grapes were developed using alchemy. They've been infused with blood, and I find the aroma tantalizing. But I dare not try one. Look what consuming the grapes did to the death hound. Our next step is to attend the auction. You shall be my guest.
Rashid, your date? Is this a date? Rashid does not have an invitation.
No, but I do. Jesus. I shall be Master Bogveer, the vampire I took this invitation from, and you shall be my guest. The invitation allows for at least one guest and any mortal blood servants I wish to bring along. In fact, it encourages I bring some.
This is a date for Lorian. Hello, how are you today? I hope you're glad, because if you don't, I'll be sad. Hello. Alright, let us head into the auction.
The invitation indicates we're to head to the walled garden just east of the manor. I suppose that's where they're letting the guests gather prior to the start of the auction. Shall we proceed?
Al-Kajid, does the invitation tell us anything else about what we should expect in the auction?
Let's see. It promises an evening in the beautiful Colovian countryside, majestic views, new and innovative cultivation, a new vintage called Vesper Valente, the auction. Ah, yes. And this. Who says wine doesn't belong in a flask?
Is that supposed?
I could be reading into things, but in some vampire circles, flask is used as a crude term to refer to a blood servant. Someone who willingly lets vampires feed on them, usually for compensation.
Nantharion, I could do that for you if you want. Just stay right here, just a little nibble, just a whittle, a little nibble. And you mentioned that the invitation specifically suggested the vampires bring their servants?
Indeed.
I don't even need compensation.
I acquired this invitation from wasn't the sort to rely on blood servants.
Unless?
He was extremely cruel. Preferred the thrill of the hunt and drank to kill. This event becomes stranger the more I try to make sense of it.
I thought I heard something else. We're just not gonna even go there. That's fine. It's just a bonus, right? Right? Just a little cheeky bonus? Oh, Fenorian. My darling... Where am I going? I feel like I was not listening to a thing he said. I was just staring into his beautiful, vampy red eyes.
Halt.
Oh, yes.
Your invitation, please.
Fenorian, you should probably hand...
Here you are.
Yep. I'm his +1. We're on a date. Look, we're holding hands. We're holding hands.
I'll escort you to Lord Valente.
This is a date. No. Fenorian, put your hand back. There you go.
Find him.
See? Yes.
Thanks.
Oh, yes. We're holding hands. No. Put my weapon away. No. This is a date. Fenorian, wait.
Just a moment.
Oh.
Let's talk first.
Oh. We can do more than talk if you want, Fenorian.
So, do I look like a Master Bogveer?
I can call you Master if you want.
Probably not. But we work with the tools we're given. Let's split up and mingle. Talk to servants, guests, whoever's willing to chat.
What are we trying to learn in here?
Anything that can tell us the true purpose of this auction. Vampires don't need wine. especially made from grapes that apparently poisoned a deathhound. Try not to come off as too curious, though. We're supposed to be guests here, after all.
Are you going to question people too?
I am. But as soon as we walked in, I was hit with sudden pangs of hunger. Not unlike when I smelled those grapes, but much stronger. Luckily, I carry a flask of blood for times of need. I'll just find an out-of-the-way spot to take a sip.
Understood. Ariel will ask around and see what she can learn. If anyone touches my Fenorian.
A glass of our new Vesper Valente?
Certainly. I'm very curious about this wine.
Really? You're the first of
No!
Lord Valente's guests to accept the wine. I hope you
Please
enjoy
tell
it.
me he didn't actually drink it. Fenorian!
I can sometimes discern the alchemical properties of a compound by tasting it. Not the most advisable tactic, but when no other alternative presents itself, I find myself straining against the temptation to consume this entire glass.
I'm a glass. It's me. I'm the glass. Is that not the wine made from the grapes that killed the death hound outside?
Indeed, but I took the barest of tastes. Certainly not anywhere near the amount of grapes the death hound consumed. The aroma says drink me, but the flavor? Definitely not something I want to imbibe in great quantities. At least not in this form.
I'd offer you a glass, but your friend just took the last one. I wasn't expecting that. None of the other guests I've served this evening even tried it. Only their attendants and servants.
Is this the wine that the guests have come to bid on at the auction?
It is. The vineyard's latest vintage, Vesper Valente. Lord Valente did tell us that his guests probably wouldn't want to try it before the auction, but that I should freely provide it to their attendants and servants.
Have you tried the wine? What does it taste like?
I have. Lord Valente was generous enough to let all the vineyard workers and servants have a glass before the guests arrived. It was salty and crisp, with a slight metallic aftertaste. Something to do with Lord Valente's alchemical process, I think.
Okay. Well, Fenorian, you be careful out here, okay?
You there! I am bored, and my hounds are hungry. Will the auction start soon, or must we continue this Colovian dance of manners and pleasantries while my gold sits unspent?
This one is not sure when the auction will begin.
Ah, apologies. I mistook you for a Valente servant. Lord Valente is clever, and if the wine accomplishes a fraction of what he claims, the waiting will have been worth it.
Wow.
But I would prefer to simply buy what I want, and not deal with an auction.
Remind this one. What is so special about this wine?
Remind you of the greatest innovation of our time? I see. The intoxicating effects of the wine on the mortals has already rattled your senses. Have no fear. I hear that we will be allowed to sample the vintage before we make any commitments.
Right. Enjoy the party. That a book? Or just a fire? Just a fire. Well, this is pleasant.
I heard Lord Valente and his new bride loathe each other.
Why would he marry a mortal? It's beneath him.
Oh my gosh, the actual dude is right here.
Ah, welcome.
He looks very vampiric, like super unwell.
Proprietor of Valente Vineyard.
Not a healthy vampire.
You, however, have me at a disadvantage. I do not believe we've met. Which of my acquaintances decided to bring you along as their guest today?
This one is here with Master Bogvir.
Bogvir, of course. Where is my old friend? Still upset about that
Irish?
little incident?
No, that's
No
not an
matter.
Irish
I was
accent.
hoping to clear things up before the auction got underway. Send him over to talk to me the next time you see him.
He is mingling. But this one can pass along a message if it would like.
It's a little
Oh, because the
late now.
paleness? All British
I'll
people are
find
pale,
enough in
sorry.
the first round of bidding. As for you, bear in mind that the pleasures of my estate are meant for master vampires intent on bidding in the auction. Do not overstep your station.
Right. This one will do that. Even though she's a fully leveled vampire, but who am I to question that? Ah, lady.
Another one of my husband's guests. No, you're either an attendant or a servant, I'd wager.
So pretty.
Who brought you to my husband's little affair? Pray tell.
This one is here with Master Bogvir.
Master Bogvir? Is that the name he uses now? You know, he bears a striking resemblance to an old acquaintance of mine. In fact, I'm sure of it. How is Fenorian? And why has he come to Valente Vineyard?
She is sure what it is talking about.
No. And why don't I believe you? No, don't worry. I have no desire to reveal Fenorian's deception to my husband. Not before I learn what's going on here, the same as you. Be so kind as to let Fenorian know
I know 3 Irishmen, and compared to them, you are tanned. I don't know about that. I mean, I do wear a lot of blush. I have to turn all of my camera's brightness down because otherwise I count as a reflector sheet and the camera gets overexposed. Hey, I thought you were a WoW streamer. What's this? I know. As you wish. Well, Fenorian, she knows who you are, bro, so cat's out the bag.
This wine is specifically meant for the mortals here. Not
Also, are they actual Irish or like Americans that think because they've got 5% Irish blood they can call themselves Irish? Was that too harsh? My bad.
This wine is specifically meant for the mortals here, not the vampires. So why
I have like 5% Scottish in my blood. Do I go around saying I'm Scottish? No.
Little to curb my rising hunger. Tell me you learned something more, my friend.
Burn! Good lord. Was it too mean? Ah, so the secret is not that you go outside, but lighting. Yeah, lighting. Also, I do touch grass, but I put on a huge amount of sun cream whenever I go out because it's so ouchy. I burn. I just burn, but I am heckin' pale. I have been less pale recently because I have been going outside quite a bit, but yeah. No, I will say that I do respect the importance of Irish families in America and their history of like people that, you know, there was a thing that happened and a lot of Irish people had to escape and go over there, and so that it's important to know your history. But I do find it strange sometimes when there's people that have been born in one place, grown up in one place. Yes, please do enjoy your culture and learn your culture and things, but don't go around saying you are from there, because it's not how that works. It's like, I really love learning about Scotland history, the culture, because I have Scottish family, but I wasn't born and raised in Scotland. I am not Scottish. I don't have any Scottish. I have Scottish blood in me, but I don't go around being like, I'm Scottish. But to be like, I have an Irish family, that's fine. I'm talking about the people, or like, I partake in this culture because I have an Irish family. That's cool. I'm specifically talking about the people that make their whole personality Irish and knowing everything about Ireland or wherever, Scotland, the UK, wherever, just because their great-grandparents lived there. If it's like their mum, their dad, who's actually Irish, I can kind of get that a bit more. But yeah, I'm not saying people can't partake in their cultures or they can't enjoy their cultures and say that their family's from there and enjoy it and have a piece of that pie. But there are some people that just go way too ham with it, and it's just like, you have your own culture that you can talk about and deal with. I think it's just because in the UK it's not really a big thing that we do over here. We don't go around saying, hi, I'm K-Pow. I'm part Scottish, part British, and part Lithuanian. I just go, hi, I'm K-Pow. I'm British. You know, maybe it's just a cultural difference between here and America, because America has so many people from different places. I mean, we have different places from all over the world as well. But yeah, I just think maybe it's a different thing. I don't know. I never understood that thing with the Americans saying they're European because 200 years ago their ancestors are from Europe. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the one that makes me a bit weird about it. It's just like, I don't know. It feels like trying to steal something that's not necessarily yours. It's good to be curious and learn culture and partake, but it seems to be a big thing over there that like 200 years ago you had someone that lived there and now your whole family's grown up there, and it's confusing. But I think that's because in the UK it's just not really something we do. We respect our history. We like to learn the culture of other places where our ancestors have come, but we don't sort of scream it from the rooftops, if that makes sense. But it was mostly in jest, really. I am what Miss Sunny refers to as a mutt, although I do have a general mix of German, English, Scotch, and Irish DNA, typical of many pale-skinned Americans, yeah. I think it's more than a wee bit insensitive to tell other people that they're not enough of a culture because they don't have as much of that culture's blood as you do. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. I'm talking about the people that make everything, their whole personality about one of their family members from 200 years ago, when there's people that live, breathe, and are from Ireland. And I think it's kind of, as someone who's from United Kingdom, who we've got like Northern Ireland as part of our little bubble, I think sometimes I see a lot of the frustration from people from the Celtic countries being Ireland, Scotland, because they're kind of living and breathing in that culture. And then there's a lot of people that come over from America and basically say, hey, we know more than you because of our history. And it's just, that's when it gets insensitive. And I think maybe that's where a little bit of the saltiness from the UK comes from when we see that happening. Because it's like, no, the people that live in Ireland, who've grown up in Ireland, who have been in Ireland for generations, they probably know a bit more. But then again, it's probably like culture differences. Maybe it's more common in America. It's just weird to see it happen over here. And again, not talking about the people that get involved in St. Patrick's Day and partake in their communities and partake in their cultures. I don't find anything wrong with that. It's when the people get really finicky about it and like high horse and make it their whole personality and just sing it from the rooftops all the time. I don't know. I just find it a bit weird. I feel like that's kind of, I mean, I think the word's culture vulture in a way, but I guess they do have that culture if it's in their family history. But there's a line between respecting your family's history and culture and then stepping on the toes of the people that live and breathe that culture today. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I'm not trying to be rude about it, but I think it's just something that from the UK perspective, we've always been a bit like, when we meet someone and they go, oh, I'm American, but I'm 5% Scottish, 2% Irish and all this, it's always been a bit strange to me. Whereas we just like, we're British. Even though most of us are not purebred British, that doesn't really exist anymore. It's just differences in opinions, I guess. It's not normal over here, if that makes sense. I'm a quarter Scottish and a quarter Italian. I wouldn't claim that I'm either, as I've never learned about the culture or any family that exists there. Yeah. I think it's because America is such a melting pot, and I think there is such a focus on ancestral history. Not entirely in a good way either. I think it's just another way for certain groups to try and create divides. Maybe. I'm half Puerto Rican and was born and raised there, and see this all the time with my culture. People have this and this excessive need to claim the culture by people who are third generation, never been there or born there. Yeah, I guess that's the way we see it when it happens over here. I know this is a bit of a risky topic and I probably shouldn't have gone down that line, but I couldn't help it. The bit was just there. It was low-hanging fruit. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it. I've always hated when they did that in school here. We are very mixed, but what it boils my blood down to here is that we're American. Yeah, it's, again, absolutely respectful of... I feel like 23andMe definitely fueled this. I think you're right, Ms. T. But again, learn about your history. Enjoy your history. I love learning about Scottish culture, like Celtic history. I really have been, I've been looking up things about Lithuania. I love trying Lithuanian food. I love trying Scottish food. But I don't try and make it mine. I partake in the culture, I enjoy it, I learn it, but it's not my culture. I didn't grow up with that culture. My family has that history. My family has that culture. But I've grown up, born and bred here in Britain. So yes, I might have Scottish blood. I do have Scottish blood. I do have Lithuanian blood, but I am British. I just like to learn about my history. And I think that's, I don't know, again, cultural differences, America versus Britain. There's a lot of differences in our countries. And I think the way that we deal with our history and our family tree is very different. I lived in a tourist-heavy German city, plus worked at a castle, and the amounts of Americans that told me they're German but didn't speak a word of German. Yeah, I think there's just a way to be respectful and a way that gets a bit strange. Like a bit, okay, you can't, like that's a group of people that have had their own struggles, their own problems, and you can't say that you wasn't there when that happened. You can respect the history, you can feel the generational trauma, but yeah, it's all anyway. It's just a bit of a risky topic, I know. So I'm gonna go back to my boy Fenarion. In fact, let me just really quickly come out and talk to him again. Part of it is that there's a cultural identity versus genetic identity, which the US has a bad history of making legally, socially important. True. It's a good attitude, yeah. Honestly, I'm with you. The people that should really show the most pride in a culture should be those born and raised in those countries who lived and breathed the culture as part of their lives. Yeah. Again, not telling people they can't claim a culture in a way, like learn about it, partake in it. But it's hard to watch people. I've watched Americans and other people, not just Americans, British people, argue with genuine, like fully Irish people about their own cultures and things, and that's when I'm like, okay, no, you can't argue with someone who's actually from that country, who has lived and breathed that culture their whole lives, how they should feel or do things. And I think as well, yeah, it's a confusing topic. It's a conflicting topic. I wouldn't necessarily tell someone they're a bad person for claiming something. Maybe it's identity crisis. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. To me, it's just a bit odd. But again, different country, Britain. Once again, going back to what I said at the start of the stream earlier, maybe the internet and having so much communication is bad for us because we learn things about places that we don't agree with and it causes conflict. And sometimes, I don't know, it's interesting how different places work. There's one thing about telling someone how they should feel about culture, but other people how people identify. Yeah, cultural differences, definitely. I don't see a point in saying anything more. Like I say, I think it's all down to how you've been grown up, what you've dealt with, and how you look at things. And again, just want to point out once again, I haven't said that I think horribly against these people. To me, it's just a little bit odd to watch it happen. But again, cultural differences, different country. It seems very normal in the US. So this is, yes, I made a bit of a joke about it, but we do joke about that stuff about in here in the Britons a lot, in the UK a lot, because we have very aggressive banter over here. And most of the time it falls on the right ears. But sometimes when you're streaming, people take things the wrong way. But we mean it all in jest and in the best way. It's like how a lot of Americans will make jokes about us eating too much sugar and having bad teeth, or water bottle. How many times do I get water bottle? I will say that a lot of Appalachian people from way back do have some social similarities to British, Irish, Scots. The sassy sarcasm for a start. Yeah, I feel like sometimes the sassy sarcasm, bantery, harsh jokes do not fall right. Like, I will promise you this. If I actually meant something nasty, number one, I wouldn't say it on stream. Number two, I wouldn't be smiling and laughing as I said it. If I'm not happy about something, I will not be smiling. You know me by now, chat. But anyway, in short, do what you gotta do. But it also is strange to me. Anyway, yeah, plus I'd go full screen. Absolutely. It's disingenuous for people to be all like, oh, it's because they're desperate to be different, or they're just latching onto the latest thing, or whatever. None of us know what that about anyone else, no matter how it looks from the outside, nor does it really matter. That is true. That is true. I think curiosity links with it, but also just not understanding differences, if that makes sense. To me, it's... if I started associating more with my Scottish heritage versus my British heritage, to me that would feel like I was embarrassed of my British heritage and wanted to focus on the Scottish. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone is like that. That's just how I would... that's how I see it. It's... I don't know, it's strange. I find it strange how it's okay to do it with certain cultures and not okay to do it with other ones, but that's a whole different story as well. But yeah, you don't know people's history, you don't know why people are latching onto these things, that's okay. But I think it's also okay to question it if it's something you're confused about, because that's how you find out. Miss Sunny was shocked about the sass when we first sat down to Thanksgiving dinner with my extended family. Honestly, from what I know, Appalachia and a lot of Texas as well use a lot of similar wording, because I used to watch Graveyard Girl a lot, and I still do sometimes, and she uses like things like trolley and bins. They use a lot of British words, and a lot of her humor is very similar to ours. But basically, take what I say with a pinch of salt unless I go in full screen mode. But also, maybe I should have just left it as a little joke instead of going into it. But I feel like I had to reiterate what I was saying, because I didn't mean it in a way of anyone that enjoys their culture is an idiot, because that's not what I meant, and I think some people took it that way, so I had to clarify what I meant. Basically, people live how they want to live, but but you're also allowed to think it's odd based on how you've been brought up and where you live as well. It's like, I think people drinking the C word is disgusting and I judge them for it, but that doesn't make that person a bad person. It just means that I think you're weird. There you go. A lot of early Texas settlers came from Tennessee, Kentucky. Yeah. It's interesting how you see some of the similarities between those two. Anyway, I'm going to make a marker here, because no one in the VOD needs to know all this. This is for live stream only. Nantharion!
This wine is specifically meant for the mortals here, not the vampires. So why are the vampires bidding on it? And why is my flask doing little to curb my rising hunger? Tell me you learned something more, my friend.
Lord Valente's wife is Ursula Valente. She seems to know you and wants to talk to you.
I'm sorry? Did you say Lady Valente's name is Ursula? Oh, she's that Ursula. Should we leave? Maybe we can sneak out the way we came in.
She seemed as interested in finding out what her husband is up to as you are.
Right. We do need to figure out what's going on here. All right, I'll stay and talk to Ursula. You head into the manor and see if you can find Lord Valente's office. Something in there might tell us more about the purpose of this wine.
How does Ursula know you?
That's a story for another time, friend. Let's stay focused. You see what you can find in the manor, while I talk to Lady Valente.
All right. Coriel will look for Lord Valente's office inside the manor.
Don't worry. We can talk more later. In the meantime, go and search Lord Valente's office. He must have one inside the manor. Do I need to unalive this lady? What should this one be looking for in the manor? Ledgers, journals, letters, alchemical notebooks. Anything that gives us some idea of Lord Gallio Valente's plans for the wine. Vampires can't drink it, but they're the ones invited to bid on it. We need to know why.
That is true. We do need to know why. What is going on in this strange vineyard? We will find out together, chat. The investigators are on the case. Huzzah! Wow, this is fancy, isn't it? Put your weapon away, lady. Bogvir's letter. Galio, first you recruit my own vampires away from me, offering them false promises and so-called new opportunities in Westworld. Then you invite me to bid on the very alchemical recipe you stole from me? Does your audacity know no bounds? Ugh, I think coming as Master Bogvir was probably a bad idea. I'll admit that while I knew the ambrosial concoction could double or triple our innate vampiric powers, you were the one to figure out how to do it without also killing us, or so you claim. So here's my thought. I'm inclined to take a case or two off your hands, but if you expect me to pay for it, then you're even more of a fool than I gave you credit for. Set aside 2 cases of wine for me at the auction, or I'll not only turn the other covens against you, but I'll tell the Fighters Guild or Ravenwatch what you're up to as well. Okay. Why did I ever agree to marry that woman? Yes, she comes with an impressive fortune, and I can certainly use the money, but she's annoyingly curious and wants to be an actual partner in this marriage. That's not how I want to do things. My first few weeks as a vampire were challenging, but it wasn't long before I decided to take control of my destiny and make the most of my new condition. It wasn't hard to form my own coven out of the disgruntled among Bogvir's clan. Most of them hate that pushy vampire. Still, I have to hand it to Bogvir. He really hit a goldmine with that recipe he found in an old scroll. Too bad he isn't as good an alchemist as he is a bloodthirsty vampire. I, on the other hand, am a very good alchemist. Back home in my own alchemical laboratory, the tests are going exceedingly well. Yes, some of the first subjects turned into blood fiends, but you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. Of course, Father has figured out what happened to me, and is mad with grief and rage. I suppose I'll need to do something about that. He lived a long life, so I'll just consider it a mercy. My idea is paying off. While a vampire can't consume the elixir made from the mushrooms grown in vampire blood directly and survive long enough to reap benefits, if the elixir is funneled through an intermediary, we receive the power without any of the poisonous effects. By floating the elixir in a solution of wine fermented from my alchemically prepared grape seeds grown into soil enriched with the mushrooms, the wine can be easily consumed by a non-vampire. The wine can then be consumed by a non-vampire. This allows us to then feed on the non-vampire, fortified with the wine, and therefore receive the benefits of the elixir. The fact that we need to totally consume the vessel containing the wine is unfortunate, but acceptable. And the grapes give us a scent that makes vampires ravenous. At least 2 of my new clan defied my orders and consumed handfuls of its fast harvest. They died horribly. I call it Vesper Valente, a perfect vintage. Now to invite the leaders of nearby vampire covens and make a bid on the wine. I'll make a fortune. Enough to keep the vineyards in operation, to keep my miserable wife happy until I dispose of her, and to keep my family legacy intact. And all while I gain power by consuming my own product. Though any mortal vessels and victims I acquire, of course. Through.
You again? What are you doing in my husband's office?
Ah, lady. Oh, flip.
You and Fenorian. Never in the right place at the right time. So, did you find what you were looking for? Share it with me and maybe I won't call down to the winery for my husband's army of mercenaries.
Valente is a vampire. His wine makes vampires more powerful, but can only be consumed by a mortal.
Let me see that journal. By the stars, he killed his own father, and he plans to kill me. Oh, he's a cretin and a monster. And yes, pouring wine into people just so you can eat them and gain unnatural power is pretty bad too. Damn it! I drank the wine!
Who didn't know Lord Galio Valente was a vampire?
I suspected something was amiss.
Hi, Drummer. Hope you're glad, because if you're not, I'll be sad. Hello.
And he spends his time down in the winery, locked in his alchemy laboratory with his mercenaries. Plus, he covets my family's fortune. But a vampire makes sense.
So, what now?
This vineyard could be a motherlode in the right hands. My hands, friend of Fenorian, not my husband's. I assume you're here to stop him? Help Fenorian finish the task, and I'll forgive him for the affront he visited upon me and my family.
What did he do? Someone needs to get this information, Fenorian.
Make sure you do. I have no intent to serve as a wine glass for my husband.
Oh, flip! Oh, bugger! No!
Of course you do, but I don't care. Just talk to your friend and deal with my husband.
All right, if you say so. Lord Valente is well and truly into the auction now, so we have a bit of time. I never expected to find Ursilia here with you, though. What did you discover? And what did she mean by deal with her husband?
Lord Valente's journal explains everything. Here, take a look.
Interesting. He really spells it out, doesn't he? Alchemically enhanced mushrooms used as fertilizer for alchemically treated grape seeds. And the hunger. I wasn't losing control. It's an effect of the grapes. Well, that's a relief.
So, if a non-vampire drinks the wine, then a vampire drains them and gives them power.
That does seem to be the general idea. If we allow this to spread, the ramifications will be staggering. Even relatively peaceful vampires might be tempted to start killing out of hand. We need to stop this. What were you and Ursilia discussing?
Ursilia says if you deal with her husband, she'll forgive your affront against her and her family.
Oh, yes. I do suppose I owe her for that. I'm no hired assassin, but I do make a habit out of disposing of dangerous vampires. We will do what is necessary to end this threat. Nothing more, nothing less. And that begins with destroying the wine.
The wine and the winery? The winery and the alchemical laboratory are downstairs. The winery and the alchemical laboratory are downstairs. This one found the key.
Head downstairs and scout the area. I'll follow along shortly.
Yes, Fenorian's back. I'm so excited.
Make things right with Ursilia. And maybe I have something in my alchemy kit to deal with the wine in her system. Just the smell of it makes me hungry.
Wait a moment. What did you do to make Ursilia so angry with you?
We were betrothed. A marriage arranged by our families. There might have been some affection there, but it was mostly a business agreement. When I became a vampire, I just left. I thought it would be a mercy.
How did you get turned into a vampire?
As much as I trust you and value your company, my friend, that's not a story I feel like sharing. Especially not
I don't like
here and now.
Don't like
Maybe
her at all.
someday. I hope you understand.
This one must know. She never knew what happened to you?
No. I didn't want to hurt anyone I knew. Ursilia, my family. So I simply left. Eventually, Count Verandis found me and made me part of House Ravenwatch. Rivenspire is a long way from Somerset, and Westfield is farther still. I never expected this.
You are going to honor her request, yes?
I'm not going to go out of my way to kill Gallio, if that's what you're asking. We do need to destroy his operation, though. This elixir turned wine is too dangerous to distribute to aggressive vampire clans. What happens after that is up to him. Ursilia! Before we talk, let me see if I've got anything that will flush the wine from your system.
I'm not drunk, Fenorian. I only had a glass or two. I'm not sure I want to drink anything else offered to me by a vampire, but I suppose Fenorian can be trusted. With this matter, at least. It's all about the gold, dear. Do try to keep up. I had a lot of it, and I saw the opportunity this vineyard represented. You'd rather I chase some fool notion regarding romantic love. That's not how I was raised.
I don't want to talk to you, lady. I don't even want to talk to you. Stinky. I don't like you by default because you were engaged to my man. My Fenorian. My beautiful Fenorian.
Right behind you, friend. Valente's journal said he had a coven of vampires. We should expect a fight.
Yes, let's fight the vampires. I love vampires.
Do a apocrypha with you.
Hey, Fedorian. Is this a date still? This is like the most unique date I've ever been. He just doesn't want to be away from me. He like teleports right next to me. How much he misses me. No.
Captives, and apparently under the influence of the wine. Friend, let's speak. These workers must be some of the subjects Galio mentioned in his journal. They're on the verge of turning into blood fiends. I might be able to mix a counteragent with the proper ingredients.
Ingredients, do you?
Grape pulp left over from the Vesper Valente wine, wax flower petals to hasten the recovery process, and imperial oak tannins to make the remedy effective topically. Find those items around the winery while I make preparations.
Okay. I can do that. Anything for you, darling. Let me just drink some of my own. Is this pure? Corrupting. Okay, cool. Let me just do this real quick. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Excuse me. Coming through. Don't have all day. Excuse me. Coming through. Oh. Wow. Right. Oh no. Okay, they never saw anything. Oh, maybe they did. Maybe they saw everything. There, maybe they saw everything. Oh gosh. I am stucked. Ow. They have blood fiends stomping on the wine. That's amazing. That's certainly a use for the blood fiends, yeah. Okay. Fair. Putting them to good use. Come on, you guys. You're fellow vampires. You should know that I'm here. Come on. Stairs are my weakest, my greatest enemy. Stairs, just like Claptrap. Stop. Oh, can you? I wonder if you're not a vampire. Could you get vampirism from this place? Because they just did the their blood suck on me. This could be a really good quest if you want to become a vampire naturally. As long as you've got good health restoration and a lot of health, you just sit there and let them feed on you until you get the vampiric curse. Sanguine something. I will always return to my boy. Wait, is GSK Badger's sitting right there? He doesn't mind. He's too busy playing Borderlands. Oh.
Oh, good. I was starting to worry.
Huh? Need what?
Better get our share from this auction.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you're back. Did you find everything we need?
Yes, Coriel found the ingredients you requested.
Once I've brewed the counteragent, pick up the bucket and splash the remedy over our poor patients. It's not the most dignified way to administer medicine, but it works without putting either of you at risk.
All right, Coriel will pour the cure on these. Oh.
And that should do
it.
You're free to administer the cure.
I missed one of my favorite animations. So sad.
Looks like the effects are already subsiding.
You saved us. Please, you need to stop him. Thank you for helping us. Please tell me you're also here to stop Lord Valente.
We are. How did you wind up in that?
We really thought things were looking up. Lord Valente had such grand ideas for the vineyard and winery. He even asked us to try a new vintage he was working on. We felt so honored. Then we started to get sick, and he locked us down here.
You will tell Coriel. Any idea where to find Lord Valente's laboratory?
Yes, it's right through those doors. He's growing weird mushrooms and has all kinds of alchemical equipment. Destroy his equipment and burn the mushrooms. That should put an end to his vile experiments.
This one will see what she can do. Oh, flip.
We need to destroy that laboratory. You scout ahead while I work on freeing these people. I'll meet you there.
Not a very good lockpick, are you, Fenorian? Bless you. I could do that for you, if you just asked me to. That looks ominous.
You lead while I look around.
Okay. This is a big laboratory.
I knew there was something wrong about you.
Hello.
How invigorating! All my hard work!
Sorry. But also not ow. I will ruin your hard work. I'm gonna try not to kill him too quick, just because I kind of want to see what he does. Ah, okay. He summons people. Will he have any more, words? Wow. He's really going for it. Norian, are you helping, or are you just standing there, buddy?
Must I do everything myself?
Same. Oh no, he heals me! He really cares, chat. He really cares. He healed me. He healed me. Wow. This place. Very posh.
This is it. The laboratory. We need to destroy it all. Let me explain, friend. Valente's alchemical equipment is truly impressive. It's a shame we have to destroy it, but we need to make sure no one else can continue his experiments.
What do we need to do?
These vats turn the mushrooms into a fertilizer for the grapes. Increase the flames under the vats by adjusting the valves. That will increase the pressure. After that, set fire to the mushroom planters. Then get clear before the vats explode.
Seem disappointed that we destroy the equipment.
A part of me hates to see valuable equipment go to waste. But we can't allow more of the Vesper Valente to be created. Now come on, let's do this.
I'm sure there's someone that could like magic portal it over here or
Turn
something.
up the flame valves as high as they'll go. I'll get rid of these research notes.
Burn the mushroom planters. Burn.
A few well-placed torches should
it.
ignite the entire harvest. That's it. Let's get out of here.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn.
Cecilia, about your husband.
Not now, Fenorian. I have more important matters. As I was saying, I'll compensate double wages for all who remain. With your expertise, we'll revive the traditional methods and be producing excellent wine in no time.
I like the way she palmed him off.
What Lord Gallio was doing? His father must be rolling in his grave. Drovir has agreed to stay on and work for Lady Valente. Destroy these vile grapes and plant our usual seeds. Can the vineyard be salvaged? This one hopes so.
Thank you again for saving us down in the winery. I thought if I ever got out of that cage, I'd leave and never come back. But Lady Valente offered quite the sum to stay. Maybe things really will be different under new management.
Florian here seems to be suffering the worst from our ordeal. I think all of us will need time to fully recover. Thank you, stranger. You and your friend really came through for us.
Thank you, Traveler. I can't thank you enough for getting us out of there.
Oh, poor guy. Santuzo, hello, how are you today? Hope you're glad, because if you're not, I'll be sad. Hello, how you doing?
I assume that explosion that rocked the vineyard was your doing? You and Fenorian, I suppose? I'll take it that you accomplished what I asked. Never mind. Speak to Fenorian. I have a business to set right.
About your husband?
No? Don't say another word. If the Legion comes to investigate, the less I know, the better. I'll hire extra protection for the grounds, though. Sentry Helvius could use the help. At least until we clear out the rest of those vampires.
So, you are going to run the vineyard and winery?
Why not? I don't need a husband for that.
True.
And I have twice the mind for business than Gallio ever did. If you find yourself in possession of a large fortune in the future, come see me. Perhaps I'll be ready to give marriage another go by then.
Moldy Wookie, hello, how are you today? I hope you're glad, because if you're not, I'll be sad. Hello.
That was excellent work, friend. We destroyed Lord Gallio's laboratory and managed to rescue the workers he experimented on. There
Wait
might
a
be
minute.
some ramifications over remaining Vesper Valente, but it won't become the sweeping problem I feared.
Is this Robbie It is Robbie David! Oh my god, I love Fenorian even more now. The way he just said that, the way he just went, that was excellent work, friend. It just clicked. I was like, that's Robbie Damon. And I just Googled it and it is Robbie David. Ah! Oh my gosh. But we didn't stop the auction.
We didn't have to. Ursilia told me she interrupted the auction and told Lord Gallio in a voice loud enough for all to hear that the Ravenwatch was on the premises. One mention of House Ravenwatch and the invited vampires fled the estate.
I now can't unhear it. Like now that I've clicked, I can't unhear it now. So none of them got any Vesper Valente.
Perhaps a few bottles were carried off, but none of them had time to load any casks or crates before they fled. I'll track them down eventually. And before I take my leave, I'll make sure the remaining vintage is destroyed.
What happens to the Valente vineyard now?
Celia is set on taking control and turning the vineyard and winery into a profitable enterprise. I have no doubt she'll succeed. And speaking of succeeding, your help was invaluable in stopping Lord Gallio.
I wonder if this will hurt me because I am a vampire. That'd be a really cool little tidbit if they did that.
I suppose you're off on another adventure now, friend. Know that I appreciate the assistance you provided, and the companionship. If you ever have need of House Ravenwatch, just send the word. We always have time for our friends.
Stop calling me friend. Will you return to Ravenspire now, Fenorian?
Eventually, after I make sure any remnants of Lord Gallio's vile experiments are taken care of here. Then I may check on the auction guests that scattered and see that any absconded bottles of Vesper Valente are dealt with. There's always something.
Are you guys gonna chat? That Stinkhorn's really Oh, I touched his butt.
Be sure to wash your hands.
Oh, bugger, I forgot he doesn't like mushrooms. I just set fire to a whole laboratory filled with mushrooms, and you get mad because I pick one mushroom. Xander, please. And Fenorian, I don't want to leave you. Have you gotten taller?
You're off on another...
I feel like he's gotten taller. I wouldn't be able to recreate the kiss easily now. Smoochums.
I suppose you're off on another adventure now.
Oh, Fenorian. He's clutching his little flask. You don't need a flask. I'm right here. Just give me a little nibble. Go on. Give me a little nibble, Fenorian. Oh, go on. So, we only have 2 main story quests, and then we just need to get a few collectibles, and we have done the Gold Road area. But for those that are watching on the VOD, I'm going to say goodbye now because we've done the Gold Road story, and that's what you came here for. It's in the title. If you want to see all the other shenanigans I get up to, you're going to have to come and watch live because the streams are a lot longer than these VODs, let me tell you. Thank you so much for watching, though. If you are watching live, do stick around. We're still going to do a few bits and bobs. But if you are watching on the stream, please, if you're watching on the VOD, make sure you're subscribed. Like, give me a comment, say that you love Fenorian, or you're happy that Fenorian loves me, you know. And don't forget, you don't just deserve a life, you deserve a happy, healthy, and fulfilled life. Until next time.